Hello and welcome to the next tutorial. This is another example of Java loop called Java for loop. But before I start, let me correct one mistake I did in my last tutorial. In my last tutorial I mentioned that there is a function called string length, strlen, to measure the length of a string. Actually I was wrong. String length function is not provided in Java, it is provided in JavaScript and PHP. That means these are other programming languages. The function is length. In fact, in my program I use the function length, but while talking I think I talked about string strlen, which should be length. Sorry for the mistake. Now let me continue with another loop called Java for loop. Okay. Now for loop is used to execute a group of statements just like while or do while. It has a different type of construct. Its construct is like this. For first construct is initial condition, then final condition, then increment. First let me show you in the flow chart. Initial condition is, suppose I want to print the 10 numbers. So initial condition is I equal to 0. It starts from there. Then it checks whether it has met the final criteria, that is I should be less than or equal to 10. The moment I is greater than 10 or moment I is 10, that means it will exit the loop. As long as value of I is less than 10, it will display some message. So if I is less than 10, that means if the value of I is less than 10, then display the message. Then increase the value of I. Again check whether the value of I is less than 10 or not. As long as value of I is less than 10, that means the loop should be executed. When the value of I has reached 10, then it will come out of this loop. So this for loop is used when the condition can be directly controlled by count. It is a numeric control, not a in while or do while. We control the loop by looking into the input that was provided by the user. It can be handled by other kind of way, whereas for loop is directly number controlled. Let me show you with the help of by showing an example of a program. The purpose of the program is to print the first 10 integers, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. It's a very simple program, but it will give you a very good idea how the for loop is used. Okay, first let me show you in the notepad. Okay, let me come out of it. Okay, it is like this. So if you want to print the first 10 numbers starting with 1, so your initial condition is I equal to 1. I is an integer. Then final condition is that I should be less than or equal to 10. The moment I is more than 10, you do not want to print, because you want to print only up to 10. And when you print 1, then you want to print number 2. That means you have to increase the number by 1. So that is handled by I++, that is increment operator, about which I already discussed. So the for loop is like that. For integer I equal to 1, I less than equal to 10, I++, then print the value of I. So initial condition, final condition, increment. Now let me go to NetBeans and show you the program, which I have already written, because this is the simplest program with only 2 lines. Okay, let me go to NetBeans. So it is like this. For integer, I don't need that line scanner because I am not accepting anything from the keyboard here. For integer I equal to 1, I less than equal to 10, I++, system.out.print I. That's it. I keep a blank so that it looks nice. It is just writing the comment to print the first 10 integers. So this is the final condition and this is the increment, and if you want you can place a comma between the numbers. So I'm printing the number I, whose value will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10. System.out.print. I do not want to print everything in a new line. I put a comma between two numbers. So between 1 and 2 there will be a number, there will be a comma, 2 and 3 there will be a comma. So 1 comma 2 comma 3, I print all the 10 integers, but there is 1 comma after 10 which should not be there, but the reason it is there because I am printing the comma anyway. I am printing the comma and then I check the condition, which can be removed, but anyway that is not the whole purpose of this tutorial. The purpose of this tutorial is to explain the construct of the for loop, how it can be used. Okay, I'll see you in the next tutorial.